Hey, it's Phil, and today I want to talk about your mind as a garden. It's a concept that I got from James Allen, which is one of my favorite authors. His most famous book is As a Man Thinketh. You can find the book for free online. You should definitely check it out. It's an amazing book. And he compares the mind with a garden. And you can have really beautiful gardens full of beautiful trees, beautiful plants, fertile soil. It looks amazing. On the other hand, you have ugly, barren, bad gardens. Full of weeds, there's no structure, it's full of chaos, it's just not a place that you want to visit. Now, he makes a distinction between the good garden is basically like good thoughts that you put into the soil, you nurture those good thoughts as really fertile seeds, you nourish them, and you give them the right environment to grow up in. Just as the plant, you give enough sunshine, you give enough water to turn into a beautiful tree or a beautiful plant, and you cut away the bad buds and the bad branches, and then it becomes like a really amazing, flourishing garden. While on the other hand, you have like the bad garden. And the bad garden is like a mind full of bad thoughts. You just put it into the soil, you don't pay any attention to it, it runs wild, it takes all the nourishment from the soil, and it just becomes like a jungle. You don't find your way anymore, it's just chaos, and it just looks ugly. So our mind, we should approach our mind a bit like a gardener. Like, what are the good plants? What are the bad weeds? Which thoughts do we want to nourish? Which plants do we want to fertilize? What is the right environment to nourish the seeds that we plant? And our thoughts are seeds. It are things that we plant into our soil, which we plant into our mind day by day, hour by hour, month by month, year by year. So we should pay attention to which thoughts or which seeds we plant into our ground or plant into our mind. Just like you can't let a tree or a plant run wild, you should cut off the branches, you should cut off the buds, and then it really turns into something beautiful. We should also cut off the buds and cut off the branches to make it into a beautiful plant. But if you cut off the branches and cut off the buds, it really hurts the plant, because you cut away a thing from its essence. But just as a bad thought is there, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're irritated, you should cut off that feeling. And it hurts a bit because it wanted to have expression. You wanted to express that anger, you wanted to fully plant that anger into the ground. It's good to express it, but if you let it flourish, you let it fester all the time, it will turn into a bad plant. So sometimes we should really treat our mind as a gardener. Look at the good seeds, aka the good thoughts. Look at the bad seeds, aka the bad thoughts. Give it the right soil, fertilize the good seeds, cut off the bad seeds or the bad thoughts, and then in the end, you will have a beautiful garden and a beautiful life.